brains? No, you don't need brains. Hey, just look at all the anti-vaxxers. I mean, there you go, no brains. It's a zombie without a pulse, but he's actually quite hilarious and quite intelligent. Actually, he looks like Michael Jackson too. I wonder if that was the inspiration. Thriller and Michael Jackson for Stubbs the Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse. Probably, it really looks like it. So, it's a quirky game where you're the zombie hero rather than the zombie enemy. And apparently they purposely developed this game thinking, okay, we want the zombie to be a good guy and all the humans to be the bad people. So you can definitely pick that up pretty quickly. You go around and you're brought back to life with some sort of chemical that's being sprayed in around this perfect futuristic city, and so you get raised from the dead and you return to life to eat people's brains. So it kind of makes sense for a zombie game. And you lead pretty much a zombie takeover of the town, and as you gorge on people's brains, person by person, you can actually whistle and lead a whole zombie army around the town, which is pretty neat. Now this game's from like 2005. They brought it back. They didn't remaster. It's sort of like a re-release. Like they increased the resolution, but yeah, other than that, like this game looks pretty much the way it would on PS2. And yeah, eating brains pretty much restores parts of your health. So if you get shot at by the police or hit by other items, you gain back your health. Now, what's also interesting is if you eat other people's brains in this game, you actually restore your levels of flatulence, and you have to release it. So that's a secondary weapon. So there's two reasons to take on the human inside the city. So this release the farts can stun the humans, so it's easier for you to eat their brains. So it all leads back to the eating of the brains and like taking of the city. And you can have a whole zombie army and you whistle and they'll follow you. It's pretty cool. Interesting game mechanics for sure. So yeah, all the sounds and gameplay seem to be intact. They didn't like alter any of it as far as I know. Game tries to spice it up a bit with the occasional vehicle, which is actually pretty fun. I was smiling. And you can fire sod at the humans, your enemies. But I found like, I was surprised because I guess a lot of people were okay with this, but I felt like the game kind of becomes monotonous because you know, all you're doing is you're walking around and you're not super fast and you're not super slow, but you're walking around and like you're just doing the same move over and over again. Like you can like shove the other zombies out of the way because they get out of the way. And you can also like take a punch against your enemies, but other than that, like most of the time you're just gonna go straight to and like try and eat the brains of like the police officers, the random jocks, the cute girls in the city that I saw. So it kind of gets repetitive. I'm surprised no one else said this. I guess that's the basis of this game, but for me, like I just found like it was so simple. And it's a great concept, but like it just gets really boring. Like it's a game that it's apparently 3 to 6 hours long, and I already like after 30 minutes of like attacking random people, pedestrians, and eating their brains, I found like it was just getting really boring. Even with the addition of the sod vehicle, which changes the mechanics a bit, I just felt like yeah, it just starts to get kind of old, unfortunately. Even though it's such a great concept, you know, and the humor in the game is very good. They intentionally wrote it to be kind of silly, and the voices are also silly, and the soundtrack's got like a 50s like surfer vibe to it. Actually, it really reminds me. It came around the same time as Destroy All Humans, and wow, like this feels like. I don't even think it's the same developers, but it really feels like the recently remastered Destroy All Humans, having played that in the last like 4 to 6 months. Like just a lot of the game mechanics of like going around, attacking people. And apparently later you can even possess characters. I don't know how you do that. Maybe I just don't have that ability yet, but I saw it in the trailer. So a lot of very similar the game mechanics as Destroy All Humans. So like, even if you like that game, you'll probably love this game because it's probably the best zombie game I've played that doesn't has you as a zombie and not as the humans going after zombies. Yeah, so I just feel like it's a great game from yesteryear, 15, 16 years ago. But like the gameplay is just, I feel like it's dated now, even though it's such a great concept. It's just too basic for me. This is more of a game for someone that's like in their, early teens or whatever, has maybe more time than me to invest like 6 hours straight of just pretty much doing the same thing over and over again. Because it seems like that, after you've taken out and eaten the brains of like 30 people in this game, it gets a little bit tiring for me, at least. So yeah, it's just, I don't know how many veteran gamers that would want to keep doing this unless like maybe they took turns with someone else. I'd give it still like a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, the gameplay is really simple. You only have a few moves, but it's still decently polished, and it's worth checking out if you missed it 16 years ago. It's just a great zombie game that's done in a very fun way, and like there aren't many zombie games like that, and there aren't many zombies games where you play as a zombie. So yeah, it's not like the remasters of like SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, other remasters that have been coming out lately. It seems like it just managed to get running on Windows 10, and they released it after that, after improving the resolution. So yeah, check it out. It's a cool little game, and yeah, I think it's time to go eat some brains. The fake jelly kind. You always have room for JLLO brains. Keep on gaming.